The team started out with a challenge in mind. It was a business-centric challenge which aimed to solve the constraints of limited classrooms and trainers. The design challenge was how we could leverage on technology through the use of virtual classrooms to overcome these constraints.
We went to define the problem as something that maybe we could enhance the business for Learning Hub through webinars and online. Then after 2 meetings we realized that actually that was too tactical a level and there was no social impact. And finally after a few iterations we decided that what we should do is to really look at the social impact of PMEs in Singapore.
We decided to change our design challenge to one with greater social impact. How may we help the unemployed PME gain employment through the IT professional conversion program? Over the last few months, we have been encountering headlines around the weak economic climate and the impact on Singapore's depressed labour market situation. Unemployment rate has increased from 1.9% to 2.1%. For the first time since 2008, there are fewer vacancies than job seekers. For every 100 job seekers, there were only 93 job openings. Some 9,000 workers were made redundant in the first half of this year, the highest since the global financial crisis, yet it is not all doom and gloom. At the same time, we hear from the government that thousands of jobs are available in key sectors such as healthcare and IT. In the ICT sector, there are around 20,000 vacancies. Government is aiming to add another 30,000 healthcare workers to the sector by 2020 to meet the needs of an aging population. What we are seeing is due to the skills mismatch that have resulted in more laid-off workers struggling to enter the workforce. How can Learning Hub help these workers? SkillsFuture Singapore has appointed Learning Hub to be one of the providers for the Place and Train Professional Conversion Program. For the ICT sector, we have been appointed the Network Administrator and Software Developer job roles. The program aims to train mid-career individuals without prior IT qualifications or experience to become qualified IT professionals. Candidates must secure employment with a participating employer in order to qualify for the ICT Professional Conversion Program. Upon completion of training, participants are required to serve a minimum service period with the employer. Besides classroom training, participants on the program will be required to undergo on-the-job training at their workplace.
Started the PCP program in February itself. We thought it was a really very simple program that we can put in. There is already the demand in the market in ICT, and there's also the particular area where you have a pool of job seekers. So to us, is trying to marry the two people together seems to be quite straightforward. We were given a target by WTA of about 20 placement as a place and train. But over the last 6 months, we felt that we encountered some challenges. Some of these challenges were resulting in an area where we could only do 5 placements.
One of the first problems we had was to rush into the solutions. So we didn't really dive into analyzing the root cause of the issues at hand. I think significantly one of the discovery that we had was that we were wearing the training mindset, we were wearing the trainer mindset. But in order to solve this professional conversion program design challenge, I think we realized that it is not sufficient to just look at the issue from the trainer's point of view, the training provider point of view, but also the employer's point of view, and also the funding agency's point of view, and also the employee's point of view.
We embarked on an empathy walk. The team looked into the profile of the job applicants and spoke to the applicants. Generally, applicants are less demanding and would welcome the opportunities to secure an offer in the ICT sector given that they are unemployed. The challenges that were highlighted by the applicants are the lack of call-ups or interview requests from the companies.
The resume itself, quality is there's a lot of room for improvement. A lot of room, because they did not, other than their skill set, especially when I talk about conversion, I think one of the guys that I interviewed from manufacturing, he actually has the strength in project management area. Which if he would have highlighted it out, it would definitely sell him, in a better way. to move on to a developer or a network administrator. Yeah.
In this program since 2013, but we face a lot of problems because some challenges in terms of the tedious process that we have to fulfill, the administrative work, like for example, the money progress report, the 1-year career development plan, and then of course the application to come into the program as well. So these are the tedious processes that we have to face year in, year out.
From the empathy walk, the team narrowed down to several hypotheses for both the employer and applicants that are considered impediments to the successful matching. From the list, the team shortlisted one hypothesis for each group that we felt was suitable for further testing. The choice of hypothesis was bearing in mind the testability and access to resources. The two hypotheses that will be tested are: for the employer, concerned about the quality of the program; for the applicants, that the applicants were deemed unqualified due to poor CVs. For the employers, the team used a Type A, Type B approach to do the hypothesis testing. Surveys were sent to employers with a description of the PCP program in its current form. Employers were asked to rate their interest to participate in the original PCP program. This was done through online surveys and also face-to-face interviews. These same employers were then provided with a modified version of the PCP with a number of elements intended to satisfy and assure the employers of the suitability of the candidates. The employers were asked to rate their interest level based on this new version of the PCP as well as the individual features. A comparison was then done on the scores. We sent out the survey to 50 prospective employers, however, only 6 responded. Out of a total of 6 respondents, all of them felt that the modified version of the PCP was equally enticing, if not more desirable. 5 employers indicated no change in the interest level. 1 employer indicated an increase of interest level of 1. Importantly, through the survey, we were able to get an indication on the type of features that are most sought after by the employers. We realized that having additional mentoring service was rated the most important feature. From this, we were able to get a good sense as to what really mattered to the employers in getting them on board. For the applicants, a similar Type A, Type B testing was done by reworking the CV to improve its quality. This is to test if by reworking the CVs, it will increase the chances of the candidates being shortlisted. We leveraged on our fellow SE, Income's HR department, whom had kindly offered to play the role as an independent employer to review the CVs. Out of the 10 original unformatted CVs, 4 were shortlisted. However, after going through major touch-ups and formatting changes, 8 were shortlisted from the same 10 CVs. This affirms that the formatting of the CVs is an extremely important step to increase the chances of a match. Another major learning from this testing was that it was important to highlight to the employers that these are not typical hires and are mid-career individuals. By highlighting this point, employers can place greater emphasis towards looking out for transferable skills while screening the CVs. The hypothesis testing has reaffirmed certain hypotheses that we had and also uncovered other insights. Importantly, we had learned to be more customer-centric and identified the elements of a desirable program. This is a significant shift from a traditional training provider lens of merely providing courses to ensuring individuals gain employment and placement. Learning Hub will be using these insights to modify our existing PCP program. We are also in talks with SkillsFuture Singapore to take on more PCP programs with the intention to replicate a successful PCP model across more sectors to help the displaced PMEs in gaining employment and in so doing cement the social impact and relevance to the labour movement.